everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Power, Peace, and Love, where real stories of real people are shared. Today, I have a beautiful lady. She is Nida Jawed, and I'm so honored to present her. She is a collaborator from Tribe 2020 for Power, Peace, and Love, and I'm so glad that she accepted this invitation. I'm Irma Vera, and today we're gonna have this wonderful, wonderful conversation. Nita, thank you for being here. Welcome to Power, Peace, and Love.
Thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure to be communicating with all of your audience. And I look forward to Thrive 2020 soon.
That's right. That's right. Thank you very much. And first of all, Nita, I would like to ask you, how are you? How's your family? How's everybody? How's this coronavirus has impacted, your family life?
Hmm. Well, thank you so much for asking. My family and I are doing well. Of course, it was quite a surprise when I was actually traveling when we came back and the day before, and we were told that now we have to be in quarantine for the next 14 days. Especially traveling during these days is difficult. I'm glad we made it back, number one, in time before the orders were put in place. Secondly, of course, it's a new environment to adapt to. The change was very sudden, but my kids were really happy that there is no more school. However, having e-learning and being homeschooled was a different transition for them. I believe this quarantine was harder on my kids than it was for my husband and I, but they adapted well. Now they love this lifestyle. Where they don't have to actually physically be in school. However, they have moments where they want to go out, but we're adapting well.
Wonderful. Yes, yes. That happens to everybody, though. Everybody is.
Of course.
It's a whole process, something that we're not used to. And now suddenly we're working from home, doing everything from home. It's a whole new thing.
Exactly. Whoever imagined home will be your office, school, restaurant, and some place you can actually just ease out. So it's literally turned into a safe haven.
Yes, absolutely. The coronavirus has changed the way we live. Suddenly, like I said, we see ourselves sheltering at home
Right.
and realizing that we don't have much to do, right? Just the essentials, and just try to stay healthy. What do you think about that?
Yes, coronavirus definitely has impacted a lot of families, especially when we're talking about, like I mentioned earlier with my family, you have a different structure all of a sudden. During the daytime, majority of Americans are at work 9 to 5, or they are occupied with their businesses. However, now everything is from home. We have all family members together. Sometimes there are clashes. Sometimes there is an awareness about, okay, I am home, but I don't know how to deal with you during these hours because this is not part of my routine. And the other people are experiencing the same thing. So it's the entire family all day, all 24 hours. So it's not an easy task. It's a lot of challenge to collaborate as a family in a way that it's healthy, in a way that our relationships are not impacted. Because right now I am actually working with couples who have encountered problems because their schedules were not being met, and both parents have to be work and their kids are present, so they didn't know how to attend to their children while working as well. So I'm really glad that some of the couples took this opportunity to better themselves, and I am working with them, and we're trying make their relationship better overall. So that's great. That other than trying to figure out how to work as a family together with schedules, with getting used to each other, with eating healthy, and trying to find multiple ways to work out, if that's part of the necessity during the daytime for different individuals, they are also taking this time to work on their relationship. When you are coming together, you clash, and that's when oh, we have this problem we neglected for so long. Let me go take care of this.
That's
So
right.
a lot of self discovery as well.
We're supposed to have a schedule, right? We're supposed to go to work, go to school, and meet at dinner time. But now
Absolutely.
24 hours. So yeah, it is a challenge.
For this month in particular, with the quarantine, this has kind of become a new normal. Our routines are changing, and particularly everywhere in the world, really. So scheduling is very, very essential, especially if a person like me is involved. Everything has its time and place. So number one, yes, you're absolutely right. Scheduling helps, and just developing a different type of routine from your what you're used to helps a lot as well.
That's right. That's right. So Nita, how's this impacted your work? How did you do that now? Because I know you're an international speaker and you do a life coach sessions. How does that working out now?
So I had a pretty packed schedule for live sessions and group sessions where I speak in person. Of course, for obvious reasons, all of that has been postponed and rescheduled. Now, a lot of work has turned virtual, which for a person like me, it became difficult initially because I am a live speaker. I love looking at my audience, their smiling faces. Like, I appreciate this virtual world where I get to see your beautiful smile, and I. My energy is generated from seeing my audience as well. So thank you so much for being on camera so I can
Nice.
smile.
We're seeing someone. That's so wonderful.
Yeah. So all of that was postponed. Turning my work. So I initially, when doing private sessions, it was always online. So people will work with me through home if they are at home, and then we will have private sessions online via Zoom or Skype. Now the group sessions that were normally done in person are also being done virtually as well, which was a transition for me per se. Initially, this was something different for me. Now, of course, with the course of time, I've done enough that I've developed a comfort for it, and I don't mind it so much. They're actually quite fun. So that was one of the transitions that I had to go through personally, which is working out great. Second, like I mentioned before, I am encountering a lot of people who are taking more and more sessions because they are discovering that, okay, their relationship needs work, or they're using this time for personal development, and life coaching becomes an essential and is helping them navigate through this time, get used to their new routines, and also develop their behavior, performance, relationships, even parenting, really, in areas that they were lacking before. It's a lot of realizations and they're taking time. So, yes, personal sessions and group sessions as well. During this time, the number has increased, which I don't mind at all. I'm all up for helping whomever needs it.
Right, right. That's wonderful, Nita. Somehow the work has to be done. Right? So we're hearing now more than ever that it's been an increase on mental health issues. This situation has, impacted a lot of people's life in a mental situation. What do you think? What do you say about that?
That is a very true fact from what I'm experiencing and the clients I am working with. You have to understand that already prior to Corona, a lot of people had their own issues and burdens and weight that they were carrying. If you have a situation you have never resolved or never addressed, and you are going through roadblock, to begin with, or an obstacle. And here you have an added coronavirus, an obstacle on top of everything you have to deal with. I will go back to the relationships. There were couples that were really not getting along prior to corona, and then being quarantined within that particular situation becomes difficult. Some couples are involved in some sort of abuse. There's verbal abuse, and then there is domestic abuse. They are already working through that um, situation with lawyers and so on and so forth. And can you imagine being quarantined with your abuser? It's a very difficult situation to be in. And I'm glad that there are people who step it up and try to make their lives easier and try to figure out different ways to go through it. Now, the second wave that I am seeing as far as mental health goes, I got to speak with some doctors and two of the nurses who have encountered severely ill patients who were going through coronavirus. And one patient was not going through coronavirus, but had their own illness. That was different. So, in this particular case, when I was speaking with the nurse, she was telling me that there is a huge impact. We kind of take it lightly that these are individuals who are serving, who are frontline, frontliners taking coronavirus, trying to heal, but they are coming across a lot of obstacles they were not ready for either, especially putting themselves in charge of someone who is carrying a disease that is so easily contracted. And it takes an emotional toll, which very in the society very well we don't really think about it, that these are frontliners and they're having to take all this emotional toll as well as they're serving. You may have seen some videos, they are circulating over different platforms, Instagram and Facebook, where a doctor father is coming home, or mother, and they cannot embrace their family right away. They have to go through a particular ritual that includes sanitizing themselves, washing their clothes before they even interact with their family. And yes, a regular, everyday people who are serving from home, like you and I, or others that are essential workers, we are all impacted in some form. But I feel medical workers, they have no choice. They cannot say, I cannot, because then their integrity is questioned and they are being judged. But then they're not equipped with proper gear either, and yet some of them are still doing their part. So mental health, yes, in different sectors of our society, is being developed. And I will encourage everyone to seek help whenever needed, especially, and this is one of the things I've been approaching hospitals and medical workers as well, because I want to help. And I feel coaching can be an essential ally when it comes to serving the patients. If a medical worker, nurses, and our doctors are mentally ready and equipped to handle the emotional burdens they are encountering firsthand, they can help their patients in full capacity. And it is very, very essential. So
Wow.
mental health is definitely a concern right now.
It is a big issue. It is affecting, the young people, also, everybody. I was talking to my son the other day, and we mentioned that part, of being homeschooled, of being also, all these things that we have to do in such a little spaces, and it is it takes its toll.
Very much so. No doubt about that.
Yes, yes. So, Nita, is there else that that you can share with us, a message that you can tell our audience?
Of course, number one thing right now, I don't know, and no one knows how far this well, quarantine, they're talking about ending it, but we have to be responsible for our own health. regardless of what we are being told, we have to take some responsibility and try to be part of the solution. Um, we have to schedule on our day, which does not compromise others or ourselves. And number one thing I would like everyone to practice is patience. It's one of the things that we sometimes forget, especially when we are put in a situation that is causing a lot of frustration. Especially, it's an unforeseen situation. We have no idea how it will evolve. We are hoping for the best collectively, but individually, we have to show patience and make educated decisions on our own. This is the time to discover new horizons of our strength and capabilities. So practice what you know, how you can make your life and others safe and better in your environment, while being patient with others as well as yourself, because everyone is experiencing something new. It's a challenge everywhere. So being patient with the other person, knowing they are having very similar challenge than you, and to with yours, can help immensely.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yes, I see. Actually, I see myself a lot of people. Some people think that the measures that the government has taken is a little bit exaggerated, and some people don't think that is, so. Then
Yeah,
this.
taking the orders quite seriously.
So yeah, there are people that are pretty frustrated, and some people just think that they're the right measures. So yeah, we have that situation, but we have to be patient, like you said. Yes.
There's a lot of livelihood earnings that are being compromised. We're witnessing a lot of increase when it comes to joblessness and people losing their jobs, livelihood. There's a lot of concern pertaining to future. The fear that's embedded is not knowing what will happen. The fear of unseen is more damaging than the present time. So another advice I will give is live day by day. Deal with things and situations as they arise. If you are having a good moment, embrace it completely. But if you are going through a difficult phase right now, address that situation right now. Do not worry about what can the outcome be, or what will the outcome be if you do not address it, if corona is not gone, how many more people will die, and this and that. We are all collectively hoping for best. But as individuals, address your concerns as they arise. The fear of unseen is very damaging. So, in this whole fear, find your strength and deal with your situations day by day, moment by moment, without overwhelming yourself.
Wow. Yeah,
That's another.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. We definitely have to relax, right?
Yeah, of course. Most
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. Thank you, Nida. Let us know where we can find you. I mean, if people want to just have a little session or something, where are you more active?
All right. So right now, currently, like I said, all the group sessions that organize different organizations and companies are looking for, especially when it comes to their employees, everyone meets in a Zoom meeting, and then there's a lot of coaching going there. So if you are an organization or a company that wants to benefit your employees, that's one option. I will be happy to work with you. Secondly, all the personal sessions are also done online, either through Zoom. Facebook Messenger is also a source that I use to connect with my clients. Skype. The best way to connect with me is Facebook. Visit my website. It's nidajawed.com, where you can send me a message via website and we can schedule you in. Right now is a perfect time to pay attention to your well-being and yourself and make yourself a priority, your relationship, your parenting skills, or however you want to evolve as a person. I'm glad a lot of people are taking this opportunity. And if you want to send me a text, 469-609-0800, I believe is my number.
That's okay. We can find you. If we want, we can
Yeah,
find
so connect with me on Facebook. It's so bad with technology that you can't even remember phone numbers anymore.
you. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Yes, I know my email. So if you want to shoot me an email, it's nidanita@nidajawed.com. That I remember. It's my name, so it comes easy.
Yes, Nita, we really appreciate that you taking the time to be with us today. I posted something the other day. I said that I was having the honor to having you because I met you in person a few months ago, and I was. Nita is one of the persons that when she comes to a room, she lights it up. I mean, it's just beautiful.
You're too kind. Thank you so much. It is my pleasure, really. Thank you so much for having me. And I look forward to seeing you soon in person.
That's right. That's right. So we hope that with all this situation, we can go ahead and do or the things that we have to do or events and everything because it's definitely life has to go back to normal somehow.
Yes, most definitely, but in a safe and productive way
Yeah,
where everyone comes out feeling better, not bitter.
that's right. That's right. That's a good one. I love that. And, well, thank you very much. And with this, we say bye for today, and thank you to my um, team of Power Peace and Love. And we thank you, Nida Jawed, and we really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Follow Nida and her social media and write to us to powerpeaceandlove.com. Follow us on our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and um, I am Irma Vera for Power Peace and Love. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nida.
You're welcome.
Bye.